Hey everybody, it's Mike here from the WeWrench shop, and welcome.
Today's instructional video will describe how to use this interesting tool called a Ridge Reamer. In the world of engine rebuilding, you begin disassembling the bottom end by removing the pistons. The pistons won't come out of the bottom because of how the engine block is machined, so they have to come out of the top. The problem is that the very top compression ring of the piston does not scrape and wear in the top few millimeters of the cylinder bore. And this action over time creates a metal ridge that's unworn compared to the rest of the bore. Also, carbon and dirt build up in it due to the repeated combustion cycle, and that's why it has this appearance and not the smooth glaze that you see in the rest of it. The engine on the M5 has over 260,000 miles on it, so you can imagine that there could be quite a bit of meat on the ridge, but I was very lucky in the fact that I was able to get the pistons out without reaming the ridge. This block isn't showing a lot of wear overall, so that's a good thing. However, on most high mileage engines, you will need to use this tool in order to get the pistons out. As you can see, this is a pretty simple tool. What you do is you insert it into the cylinder bore and tighten it so it rides along the bore surface. Now there are three sides to it. You have a set of wheels here, another set of wheels here, and then a carbide blade that actually does the cutting of the metal ridge. This O-ring here is what keeps the tool together, and it also acts as an elastic band to keep the sides retracted. It's designed to articulate and adapt to almost any size bore, so it's pretty universal. When you tighten the bolt head down, it pulls the top in and extends the sides outwards until they fit nice and snug. Before inserting the tool, you want to give the cylinder bore a quick cleaning. Here I'm using brake clean and disposable coffee filters to prepare the bores. Next, grab the tool and insert it into the bore. Now you're going to have to either extend or retract the arms a little bit depending on your engine displacement, but make sure it goes in there easy at first. As you tighten the bolt, the tool will center itself, and here will be the flanges at the top that ride on the cylinder head deck surface, and those prevent the tool from falling into the bore as you rotate it. At this point, you should be able to rotate the tool by hand, and you should hear a slight drag on the ridge. In order to operate the tool, you'll need two wrenches. The smaller wrench operates the top bolt and extends the arms as you cut, and the bottom wrench rotates the entire tool.
And don't forget the most important rule of all. Before you stick it in, always lube it up.
You'll want to use a liberal amount of lubrication. I'm just dousing it with WD-40 as I go, but you can use any type of oil for this job. Just don't hit it raw dog. Now, as you notice, I'll make a pass or two, then feel the ridge with my finger to see how it's progressing. Then I'll tighten the bolt just a hair to give me more pressure on the cutting surface. And this is how the tool essentially works, and you just got to be patient and keep going. It's better to work slowly here because you don't want to cut too much off the ridge. If you feel the tool dragging or the turning pressure is too hard, that means you have it too tight. Just back off on the bolt a bit and keep turning. As I progressed through the cylinders, I used a 3/8 inch ratchet with a crow's foot socket because spinning that wrench was really hurting my hand. But doing it this way made it much easier and more comfortable. So how will you know when you've taken enough off? Well, there's not an exact answer to that. You can whip out the dial bore gauge and measure, I guess, but if you do a quick visual, you can see that the brown ring has pretty much disappeared, and that's usually a good sign. You can use your finger to physically feel the ridge. However, it will still feel like something is there because the carbide blade does such a rough cut, and this can deceive you. It's better to take off too little than too much.
Thank you everybody so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, if you found it informative or entertaining, make sure that you like, subscribe, comment. Check us out at TikTok at WeWrench. Check us out on Instagram at WeWrench Official, and I will see you guys next time.